Grand 87 and welcome back to Rule the Waves 3 as we continue our adventures as the Spanish Empire. And we are of course at war with France, and we are wrestling with the tragedy that occurred last episode when we lost not only one of our brand new battleships, but we lost our fleet carrier and our light carrier as well. Not a great day at the office, it's fair to say. And was, yeah, as pointed out in the comments, a prime example of the risks of keeping your aircraft fueled and armed ready for a morning strike. If you get caught out in the night and someone hits a couple of shells into that heavily laden flight deck, bad things can happen, as indeed they did. So we're in a bit of a pickle in terms of ships. Now on the bright side, we did a lot of damage to French, so that all of their vessels are also holed up in port repairing. We did sink a couple, but not as much. And all of that has kind of given us freedom of action out in Southeast Asia, where our secondary fleet, our older battleships, our heavy cruisers, which I think are fine actually still, they're not secondary, but I want some extra support there, and our seaplane tender have successfully heralded an invasion of Annam. And currently there's no French reaction to that. There is no great force on the way through any of these sea zones, so we have several months at least to hopefully get the culmination of that invasion before France can respond. So that's the good news. Bad news is we're not in a great state in the Mediterranean for two reasons. So if we look at the ships we have in the Mediterranean that are not corvettes, for a start, there's what, 4 of them? 2 battle cruisers, a light cruiser, and a light carrier. They're all in for repairs for a start. And we have, oh no, we have some screens, sorry, they just reordered. We have 2 destroyers as our screens, also in port right now, in repairs right now. So no ships that can actually be put to sea in the Mediterranean. So we could expect some challenges to come. We could also end up being invaded and losing our Spanish possessions because we cannot defend them. So that is also a risk of some counteraction from the French. They've got, they've got enough fleet, enough ships still sailing. They could certainly mount an invasion. So we need to manage that. And then even when all these ships do get up and running, yeah, like I said, we've got 2 destroyers and 1 light cruiser for what is. And where is our battleship? Oh, and a battleship. I panicked there, I couldn't find it. We've got 1, 2, 3 capital ships. We'll call it a carrier, whatever. Yeah, we only have 3 screens. It's terrible, and it's not going to get better for 7 months. So that's our goal, I think, at the minute, is to play tentatively in the Mediterranean for the next 7 months until we can get some screens out. Yeah, we're not even opposing them in Northern Europe. We don't really, do what you like. Northern Europe's not important to us. So that's a very general state of affairs. Oh, I was going to go and fix my offices, which I haven't done, but with the magic of editing, I'm going to go do that now. Okay, and just like that, we are now all completely sorted for our volunteer officers. Before we get down to what our current officer corps is doing, probably worth a mention, because I didn't acknowledge it at the time, and that was wrong of me, that in the last episode, when we lost the Atlantia, we also lost St. Mac, one of our YouTuber captains. So, yeah, it's been a while. It's been 20 years since we last lost a captain, so sad times. Although perhaps it was just as well that I hadn't updated all the captain names beforehand, because we lost another 3 in that engagement. 1 each with the Trident and the Enano, and also we got a bridgehead on the Neptuno, which killed the captain. So yeah, it's been a little while. But so St. Mac will have to secure ourselves some revenge. And in the meantime, we should say congratulations to Blaze, Inunez, Cerveza, and not so recently, but I think, no, I wouldn't mean since last fall, but just those 2 who have made it out to retire and made out the far end of the funnel, and so will be reincarnated as a number 3. Okay, so who have we got alive and what are your roles? Well, we have a slight shortage of ships, so not everyone's got a great role at the minute. But we have, so Adventurado's got our light cruiser Baltico. In fact, let's do it by ships, probably a better way. So in charge of our, let's go this way for our battleships, we've got Marquez Chorldoya II in front of Madrid, Patatas and the Malaga. Congratulations on keeping one character there. So probably just, I don't know if I mentioned it before, but if I did it, we know a long time ago. The only way the game records like the age of people is through years in rank. So you just, it has like a couple of numbers. It records what rank you are and how many years you've been in that rank. And then when it gets to a certain level, as you can see some of these up arrows, then you get a promotion. And eventually you get promoted very high and then you retire. So if, as I do, when war breaks out and I need to match people's ranks to ships they can control and demote people, effectively that extends their life because that's the only way the game registers them. It doesn't really affect the gameplay at all, but theoretically you could have a character live forever if you continually demoted him before he managed to get retired. Or before he managed to retire even. Assuming he didn't die. Yeah, and then we've got Blaze Nunez has got our Neptuno class, and then our battle cruisers we've got Fremont and Griswell. For our heavy cruisers, Valsamis and Dinges, and then on our light cruisers, Aventurado, Ventabaja, and Cerveza. We still have Ultimo Recurso as the CEO of the Med Station. He's been in there for a while, I think, to be honest. But I'm sure we'll retire probably before the next war. And then in our carriers, and these are positions they had, I believe, in the last war, Topo Grigo and Halcyon in our light carriers. I've not resurrected St. Mike because he died in this war, so I'll bring him back for the next one. Excellent. Oh yeah, and there's a few positions, like I say, we don't have quite enough ships to go around, so oh. Uh-oh, I've created a double of you. Yeah, that's fine. I'll deal with that later. So I have overwritten a character's name to get this. I didn't realize I already had one who was sitting doing nothing. Minor oversight. Yeah, Proto and Montenegro has are just under kind of division controls, which I don't think are as interesting, but I didn't have any good ships to put you in, so you'll sit there for just now. Right, all that fun side done. I think we're ready just to advance time and probably hope for a quiet 6 months. Oh, quiet in the Med, in the Med. We can have a bit of an argy-bargy in Southeast Asia. Okay, this is entirely pointless, and I wish our corvette was not trying to intercept a raider in the West African sea zone, because you're just going to get yourself sunk. Our bases are up here. I have no control. Here you go. So, my plan here is to see the ship and then run away. And how long till darkness? 3 hours, okay. Blood max. Okay, they also run away. Oh no, they're coming back now. Yeah, well, as soon as they see me, they're going to realize that I am a slow and boring corvette, which they are going to happily sink. Like so. What a pointless endeavor. Okay. Fine. Do you know what? As far as months go, it doesn't bother me. That was a quiet enough month. It's only corvette. We can get some more, although we're a little shy on money, but we'll get some more. The last army offensive has turned a bloody stalemate. Well, that's no good. We've received an offer of peace from the enemy, but the conditions are rather harsh for us. No, don't you dare. I mean, the score is pretty equal. I know we just took a bit of a trashing in ships, but come on, man. Stay the course. Whew, okay. Working on compressed air ejection. We have as an Austrian fighter. Okay. Right, now things are stepping up a little bit. So patrolling ships have managed to, how have they done this? Our corvettes are managing to thwart cruisers. It's all a lot of thwarting. We lost 1 merchant there, 4 there. Not really something to worry ourselves about. We have a lot of obsolete ships as well, but war is not a great time for refits, so we're probably going to leave them be. Okay, let's keep advancing our months. I want something in support of land combat, ideally. Okay, oh, here we go. There you go. France is responding to our force in Asia with his carriers, CV, CVL, and seaplane tender. Definitely problematic. You now have nobody in the Mediterranean. So if we had a force in the Mediterranean, we could try and prompt an invasion there as well. Actually, I don't know if you can have two invasions going on at the same time. Interesting. I mean, I would quite like to respond and send even more forces around here. But we don't really have forces to send. Aha! But perhaps they're going to be too slow. And this is what we are trying to really bank on, is that we can get an invasion to fire and complete before they get here. And they just decline. Ooh, okay. Cruiser action. We don't have any ships in that area. Okay, they got a lot more VP than we did. Why do you keep generating battles there? You're really just going to give them 1500 VP? Okay. Objective, just inflict more damage. It's in a really terrible place. We only have... Oh, are you just going to give me one destroyer? Yeah. Okay. I'm absolutely okay, because I'm going to accept, and then I'm going to run away. Just attack ships, that's fine. We are in the dead of night. Hello, little destroyer. Head home. Huzzah! Oh. Or not. My space to advance is not working at the minute. Hang on, I'm going to quickly have a squiz over these preferences, see if I can fix that. No, I couldn't tweak it. My run a random time still works and space still positive. It doesn't unpause it. Oh well, I can use a click thing instead. Okay, so he saw me and he ran away. I'm kind of okay with that. Let's not get greedy. Let's just get out of dodge. Who knows? I mean, there could be all sorts of scenarios where it would have been very advantageous. You know, apparently it was a unescorted light carrier or other nonsense things, but let's be honest, that's unlikely to be the case, and I don't think it's worth our time to kind of risk that. We're going to pop into Barcelona. No ships left at sea. It is a draw. And that was just a destroyer. Fine. Okay. That's okay. This is exactly the kind of months that we need right now. I'd also like Japan to join the war, because that would help me out in Southeast Asia, but they haven't done so yet. French Lafayette, 50 aircraft. Okay. Sure we can beat that when we actually get round to rebuilding our air arm. We have... Oh, we lost our submarine. I barely remember us still having a submarine. I think we had two, because you need a minimum to actually progress your submarine research, but we're not leaning into submarines. And there goes the other one. Okay. A couple more merchants sunk, but nothing, again, too worrying in terms of unrest. That was an okay month. French fleet is now in southern Africa, so really we get 2 months before they turn up here and start causing us some problems. But we could also just invade Tunisia, seeing as they have no ships here and not much reserves to call upon. Now they must have some battleships still in dock being repaired, because there was at least one that made it away. We can't really afford this either, to be honest. Okay, it's going to let me plan it. I'm just going to struggle to pay for everything now. I think our priority, I feel like they haven't advanced as far as they should have done, is going to be to get these light forces out. So I'm going to halt the construction of our battleship for a couple of months. And why not? Let's give them something to think about. I mean, it is going to be a problem if he gets here and we start air fights, because we don't have any air forces here. Okay. Absolutely, let's go for battle. Let's see if he fights me. He is going to fight me. Excellent. We've got our heavy cruisers. We've got our Sisney. Some light forces. This seems fine. We think we're up against one heavy cruiser and one light cruiser. And a little bit of aircraft. Okay, I'm up for this. I don't think I need to rearrange any of my forces. No. Okay. We would like to attack enemy ships. I don't think we're going to have the range for enemy ships. Well, let's go suppress enemy airfield. So my thought here is, and I don't think it's going to work, but I thought maybe we have some medium bombers that might have the range. I can't remember the distances involved. Oh, they're massive. Okay. Never mind. Yeah. Nowhere close to having any air support, but thankfully, neither do they. Well, they're a little bit close, actually. But we've only got medium bombers. We've got 11 hours, so a little bit of a nighttime raid. Sisney's not going to do much for us here. What was your complement? 7 aircraft. And what are they? Floatplane scouts. Yeah, you're just for scouting, which is fine. That's what you're here for. That's your job. You are going to have to stay close just because I don't have any escorts to send you off with. And we'll head in towards this and see what we can find. Obviously, risk that they just hide in their port of Dangnam. That Nang, even. Before we manage to sink anything. And yeah, we just have to sink a bunch of ships. So hopefully we can find some transports and sink them. Because then come the morning, we are going to run away. Right. Okay. Alright, I'm going to probably put a quick cut in here as I scout about in my nighttime, and I'll bring you back when I find a ship. And we have found a ship. So this is just off the coast of the port. We'll keep it. We'll see if it's an actual warship. We've got a little bit of screens in terms of our destroyers. It may just be a transport. Well, let's chase after it. I want to know what it is. As ever, these things can go surprisingly quickly with a great turn of pace until you've identified them. Okay, let's keep our destroyers between us and the target. Oh. Ah. Merchant 3 heaves to crew abandoned ship. Okie doke. Well, there goes one of our ships already. I will sail past it just so we definitely get the identification. Or not? Are we not going to identify this thing? Alright, fine. I don't really need to. Right, we're going to continue scooting about near the mouth of the port. We'll see what we can find in the next 8 hours. Alright, we have spotted our second ship. We've spent most of the night now. We've only got 2 hours and 25 minutes until dawn. We're a little bit further south of Da Nang. But hopefully this will be the second merchant ship. No, you are not a merchant ship. Okay, well, let's have you cut away aggressively. Let's get you guys into AI control. Off AI control, I should say. Okay, we think it's a destroyer. Which is okay as long as it's over, I think it's over 600 tons, which most destroyers in this day and age are. Oh, and there she goes under. That was quick. Okay. That was a bit of an anticlimax, to be honest. I think I ran 5 minutes instead of 1, but still. Okay, another ship. Let's see if we can sink that as well. Oh, let's slow the speed down as well. No wonder things zipped by before I could see what was going on. Okay, we're holding our fire for reasons. Get you guys up to your squad max. You can close the gap a little bit with this blur. Any particular reason? We're just letting it come at us. Right, we've just identified it as a destroyer. He shouldn't have seen these ships, but I'm going to put a bit of a turn in just in case. Great work here from our Gravina, actually. 2 4-inch hits off opening salvo. Right, and we'll have you guys now kind of turn back. Oh, some ambitious torpedoes from Major Juan. See if we can't chase this fellow down. I mean, we should outgun it. I guess not. Nope. What are you? Self-same destroyer, perhaps? Not sure why we slowed down. We've hit it again. Hit it again. Our actual heavier ships are miles away at this stage. In a bit of a destroyer fight, but ours seem to be doing the job. Georgian has torpedo tracks passing by. Have to be careful. I need to, yeah, maybe watch what we're doing in terms of our scouting. I'm actually going to get you to head over there, and it's a little bit dangerous because if you bump into something, you're not going to have the support. But I want you to be out of plane range before you start playing around with launching your own planes. Okay, we've hit them again. And again, come on. We are launching torpedoes, which I think is debatable value. These heavy cruisers as well, I think I'm going to send you out towards the edge of the plane range. Right, we'll run for a little bit as we hopefully sink this Carabine class. Tell me about yourself. 1,500 tons. 9 torpedo tubes, 2 5-inch guns, 1 fore and 1 aft. So we are rocking 4-inch guns, I think. You've only got 2 4-inch guns. And you've only got 2-inch guns. So we don't have, I mean, we've got 4-inch, he's got 2 5-inch. But we seem to have him running scared, to be honest. I had to actually hit him. No, let's not launch float planes. I just want to sink this one and go home. Looks like he's on the way down. Okay, I don't mind you being out of ammo. Okay, dead in the water. Good. Let us run away. We've got 30 minutes till dawn. And then we just have to get outside of the aircraft range. So that's fine. I'm not sure if that's going to count as our objective. I don't know why it wouldn't. Sunk 3 ships. All of them were over 500 tons, as far as I'm aware. Actually, one of them might not have been. I wonder if perhaps we were just too far from our target. Either way, we want to get out of dodge before the planes start coming. Not really worth it. Ah, perfect. And there's our objective gone through there. And there we are out of aircraft range. Excellent. That was a pretty perfect little raid. I mean, didn't do too much. That was a corvette, that second one. Destroyer, corvette, and auxiliary, but more importantly, it's the victory. It was in support of land combat, so it's really going to push forward our invasion. A prestige is probably a little bit over the top, but I'll take it. I spend it to replace various officers to get all the YouTubers in on, or the commenters in, so I need a little bit. The glorious victory of our navy has raised the hopes of our nation, and your prestige improves. Okay, I'm sure the paper's put a good spin on it. Combat reports indicate our standard light A gun has deficiencies. I'll take the prestige hit. Fixed problem. 700 a month. That's not nothing. The Prime Minister is considering feelers for peace negotiations. Yeah, just hold on. Hold on. Don't want a white peace. We should definitely not cede. We're in control. Okay, we didn't get peace. Good. Rate of fire increase. It's nice to get. Delayed because of weather. That's the only thing stopping us in Tunisia. Nice. We're taking it. Come on, France. What you gonna do? Okay, perfect. Perfect. Excellent. I forgot to read those radar updates, but there we go. So even if there's a white piece now, we keep it. This is ours. Cam Bay is our control. Under our control even. Excellent. Now, I believe you, sir, have some air bases, which I suspect are more useful than our ones in the Philippines right now. Or perhaps not. Ah, no, you don't actually. So it's Saint Jacques and whatever this bits are called that have the air bases. It didn't have any in this place, which is fine. But I'm going to build one. It doesn't take very long. It's not very expensive, and I think it would be useful in a potential future invasion. Airbase in Annam and Cam Bay, please. Okay, and we're gonna then try and take Cochin, China. Value 5 as well. Very valuable. Okay, more important question is going to be what happens with the French fleet. So one CVL has stayed in South Africa. Oh wow, they've got 4 CVLs now. And the rest are in the Indian Ocean. I wonder if they'll keep going to Southeast Asia, or if they'll turn around and try and stop me invading Tunisia. I'm going to hold off. Well, you know, we obviously can't plan the next invasion of Asia as it stands. Okay, this seems pretty good. Did I ever put aircraft in Bone? That's not where I want to go. I want to go over here. I did. That's fine. I could stack some more. Perhaps we should. Right, let's do that as well. Now we have Cagliari. No, I'm going to do it. I'm going to expand the Bone. Let's go to our base overview. Let's go down to here and... Oh no, it's already got the capacity. We just haven't put any planes in. Excellent. Let's expand that since we're going after Tunisia. And I think I'm even going to put a whole new wing in given our recent losses. Question is what it's going to be. I think... I am tempted to just put a whole bunch more torpedo bombers. But actually it might be useful to put in some medium bombers that can then go and target their air bases. Let's do that. I would like to add an air unit. I want to add some medium bombers. So we've got 20, so I think to play around with, let's say add in 10 medium bombers, and then they can go and just hit air bases. Do you have any? No, not really. I wonder if they have a range from Olbia to do the same. Probably not. And then with the other 10, probably just more torpedo bombers, really. Ah, no, we could put in a winged dive bombers. They're getting better. Okay, done. It'll take a while for them to fill out, but that seems reasonable. Our naval aircraft is, yeah, it's chunky. I mean, our ships are, you know, 6.7 million or 6,700, depending how you want to read these. So what's what, 40% comparison for a naval budget? chunky. Alright, let's keep going. Fine, give the French some victory points. Really frustrating. Feels like it's just punishing me because I'm not keeping ships in Northern Europe. Aha, aha, hello. I would very much like this to be an actual fight. Come on. Oh, they're here. Recurso exceeds command checked. I can add one ship. Now, can I add? I don't think I can because you're down as a scout force. I would quite like to add, it's like division. Yeah, I want to bring out my Neptuno battleship. So we're expecting to fight a CVL, which is dangerous, but we have a lot of air cover from our own bases. 3 light cruisers and a battle cruiser. I'm up for this fight, you know. We've got our own CVL. We've got a couple of destroyers. That's all the destroyers we've got. So I think the only ship we don't have currently here is the battleship, and I don't think there's anything I can add it into. I'll just do a quick double check, make sure I don't have any other destroyers lying around. No, I don't. I did select a division. Yeah, fine. Okay, all right. Let's go. All right, I'm quite excited about this. Having said that, I was excited about the last one. It failed terribly. We're going to attack enemy ships in general. We should be within our aircraft. Oh, we're not. Okay, so we do have any of their retreating paths towards French forts is covered, but actually kind of towards the Straits of Gibraltar, we have less planes. But we're all heading in towards our coverage, so that is fine. Right, the Adalbert. You've got... Essentially, you're going to have one attack wing. So let's get you readied up. Helps if I select you. You are going to ready strike. And then we've got 6 torpedo bombers that are probably going to act as scouts. Let's throw up our scout thing. I don't need it to be as long as this. Let's bring you in to say here, probably. Let's bring this one in like so. And we can probably do that. So I'll be like 4 aircraft-ish. Go. Okay, the Gorno, Asturias, and Lugia. Where are my destroyers on my carrier, which I think's fine. And I can't remember how many destroyers the French had. It is a little cloudy, which is going to affect erupts. We have 4 hours till dusk. That's a bit rubbish. So really, really I'd like to sing the battle cruiser. I would very much take their light carrier. Okay. Oh. We have airships down here, okay. We have lots of planes based on Mallorca. Come on, show me them. Where are you? Hello? 2 light cruisers, okay. I'm not going to pull the trigger yet. I will have you increase your speed to say 22. And maybe head northish. Okay, we've now got light cruisers coming this way, okay. We can head towards that, but okay, now we're getting a bit more heavy cruiser, which they don't have. Alright, so we think they're probably in this area. Now we may need to go fairly soon with our strike, just for this case of air combat. That looks like a destroyer. Let's get you up to say 25 is fine and dandy. Let's get you gents up to 21. And that, I think, is their battle cruiser. Okay, let's launch our strike. It's not going to be the meatiest strike in the world. I'm slightly confused by this. It says 9 aircraft are assigned to the mission. Oh, there's another 3 here. 12? But you said you've only got 6 available and 3 available. But it says you have 12 aircraft. I won't question it. Fine. Your guys are going to go after... over here. Isn't going to take you very long at all. Well, it's going to take about an hour to get there. Priority, yeah, go for the battle cruiser because I don't think the CVL is going to be around here. And go for it. No, let's not coordinate. Oh, you guys aren't ready. Right, just launch. Really want to send a flight of 3? Not really. Already, you guys. Maybe a 6 will do. But perhaps we have to rely on a little bit of gunnery here. Like Ligorno, I want you nice and close to screen these destroyers that come in. Let's see what we can do to this ship. Oh, it was a light cruiser. It wasn't their battle cruiser. We overestimated. Okay, which means they're still out there somewhere. Now, this is a lot of light forces, so let's maybe don't get ourselves too carried away with how close we get. Few more aircraft ready. Okay, there is a heavy cruiser in amongst this mix. And he's even hit us, although didn't penetrate anything. Okay, well let's send out the meager forces we've got available. Although I do fear against the combined AA of this fleet. What's going to happen to like 6 aircraft. All strike? All right, select ready. I couldn't see the button. Let's go after the heavy cruiser, please. Let's launch for strike. Yeah, I'll do that anyway. I'll say no, just for the sake of time. Okay. I'm interested what these heavy cruiser ones are. How long ago were they? And whether that's actually their CL. No, it looks to be in the right place. Let's wipe the reports. We don't get confused. And let's have a look at this Latouche Travail class. Oh, that's a chunky heavy cruiser. Almost 20,000 tons. 12 8-inch guns. 6.5-inch belt. We're rocking 14s. And what range are we at? 14,200 yards. Yeah, worth a check, but I do it for the sake of doing things. I want to check your deck. 27, yeah, we're hitting your deck. So okay, no, so we're at a good range for the fight. Hopefully air will only add to this. We need to watch out for French air. And actually land some hits, you know. Come on, gentlemen. We've hit one on the Leland class. Which, okay, it's not the primary target, but I'm not going to object to sinking a few light cruisers, to be perfectly honest. Oh, Ligorno's bit of a fight. Might need to get some assistance from our battle cruisers on these two. Descartes is taking a 6-inch shell from the Ligorno. And we are indeed now firing at the Descartes class. Which presumably won't stand up to too many 14-inch shells, although it was only a 6-inch shell we hit it with. These are only 5,000 tons. Now presumably all these guys can outpace me if they so wish. And I have not seen any other indications of interesting ships to chase after. Yeah, this one looks a little slow. I might chase this one in for the kill. I'm also worried about him double backing on my light carrier, though it doesn't seem to be the way they're going. Okay, with 14 shell on land, she is going to die. Perfect! Right, so we've got two, sorry I'm zooming in out a lot, two light cruisers down here, and one heavy cruiser slightly further north. Ooh, no air operations. Right, let's head south. We've got our torpedo bombers inbound. I'm going to get you to hold fire on your torpedoes so you don't waste them. On a sinking ship. We're going to try and hunt a couple more light cruisers, I think. Oh, okay, we've got to be careful now. I may just let these ones go. Ah, there comes night. Okie doke. It's going to be a very minor victory. It's not the grand result I thought it might have been against the light cruiser or the battle cruiser, but it's a reasonable outing for our battle cruisers, who continue to do stellar work, to be perfectly honest. And I don't want to risk that. There's a lot of time left, but to be honest, I don't want to go fighting during the dark. You can go into Cartagena. Yep, you can pop back in there. Going to be, yeah, night for the rest of the battle duration, so let's just go home. Yeah, everyone can go home, not a problem. Yep. Okay, perfect. Yeah, as steady as she goes. We sunk a light cruiser. We didn't really get much damage on anyone else. We took a few minor scuffs. Victory to us. Good work, if nothing super to write home about. Ooh, blueprints for a French battleship. 10-barreled, 16-inch guns. Yeah. I think we sunk one of these. No, we fought one of these. The Rune was a battle cruiser. I mean, I'm sure we fought this arrangement of 16-inch guns. But yeah, 40,000 tons. That's pretty chunky. Okay. Blooming weather in the Med in January. Who would have thought it? Apparently the enemies are dominating seas around Philippines and Annam and Guam, and I don't care if as long as I can get my flag on that land. Okay, there's some raiding going on in Asia and the Med and South Asia. A few merchants. Our unrest still 0. We are giving away a few VPs, and we have to watch ourselves because technically France is winning this war, air quotes, given they've lost land already. But you know, you don't want to find yourself on the wrong side of a peace deal. So we do need to actually keep winning fights to keep pushing VPs in our direction. Yeah, and they've doubled down with the air cover out here. That's something to bear in mind. We'll need to ramp up our air operations. But if we can invade Tunisia and take it, I'm going to be a pretty happy man. Even if we white peace at that point, that's a good war. You know, minus the tremendous loss of ships and associated life. Okay, we are 4 months away. If I resume you, can I afford it? Only for 3 months. Fine, we'll do that. Cut it fine. Okay, and I want to hit the intern button, but I know I don't have time for a fight. Well, let's do a little bit of setup. A little bit of cliffhanger. A cruiser action. We can ambush an enemy force. These ones often don't feel as much of an ambush as it's portrayed to be. We're expecting to fight a heavy cruiser, light cruiser, and a CVL. Hang on, we expect to catch an inferior enemy force. We've just got a light cruiser and destroyers right outside their airbase. Nah, you're right. I'm okay. No one has any ships here. What's the game going to do? It's going to give France 700 victory points. Okay, that's actually starting to get problematic. So at some point, our politicians are going to peace out. But who cares when you're doing that? Come on, politicians. See the way the wind is blowing. All right. I'm getting some minor raiding and whatnot, but nothing to concern the likes of us. Excellent. Excellent. I expect a response from France here, but you know, they've just dispatched their entire air fleet to Southeast Asia, so they're now going to have to sail them all the way around here to the Med for the process of 4 months, and you know, hopefully we can take Tunisia in that time. But yeah, I'm very pleased by the way things are going. I definitely have to remain conservative in our approach to ships, but we're a few months away from having a little bit better screens at least, and until then it's just softly. Cool. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Cheerio!